sometimes last year, I can't remember the exact month now, but this was one of the months last year. I had not turned 20 at the time, I was still 19. I made over 1 million naira selling on WhatsApp alone. Over 1 million naira selling at WhatsApp alone at 19. And trust me, there are so many reasons why this happened. There are a couple of reasons I can list why this was possible. But one of them, and like the most important of them, was because I had something of value to offer and people actually consider it valuable. That is the only reason why people got it. Trust me. See, many times we kind of make excuses for buyers and all of that and say, okay, maybe they don't have money, maybe they can't afford it and all of that. But one thing you need to understand is that people will always find a way to get whatever they consider necessity. This is, if you are currently in Nigeria, you understand that, okay, the economy is bad and all of that, yet people still buy food. If you go to market every single day, the market is always still packed. If you go to the malls, if you go to ShopRite, if you go to all of these big restaurants and all of that, you will still see people buying stuff even with the bad economy. Why? Because people will still spend money on what they consider necessity, right? So what you have to do is to have something of value to offer. See, I made that from selling one of my product. I think it was a class around design, and people gladly paid for the class because I have the result to back up every of the things I was saying I was going to teach, right? I was not new to teaching people. In fact, I taught people that had gotten crazy results. And so all I have to do was not even to do much. All I have to do is just to show the result that some of my students had pulled. And all I had to do was also to actually increase the perceived value of what I was promoting, of what I was selling on my WhatsApp. And so it was easy to sell, right? Simply because people were able to see the value of what I had to offer, right? I increased the value, or well, it wasn't increasing. It wasn't like I increased the value, but I made them see the value of what I have to offer, and I made it seem like a necessity, especially for young persons that are intentional and those people that wanted to learn design. And so it was easy for them to pay, right? Even though the money seemed like a lot, right? I mean, to some persons, to most persons, that would seem like a lot, right? But then to the value I was offering, that was even small. But then to a lot of persons, that might seem like a lot. But even at that, people still look for the money and they still paid. Why? Because they knew that, okay, Ini will offer so much value, right? They were already convinced of the fact that if it is coming from Iniski, then he has so much value to offer. If it is coming from Iniski, then I have so much to learn. Then I'm so sure Ini is not going to collect my money and not give me value and not offer me value, because over the years I've had a track record of always giving out value, even for free, right? So it was easy for these people to trust my promotion, to trust my marketing. Even though I didn't do much marketing, this was just on my status, right? This was just on my WhatsApp. Even though I didn't do much marketing, it was still easy for me to sell out make about 1 million naira, because these people trusted the value I had to offer, and I sold the value, right? I wasn't just selling a product, I wasn't just selling a class, I was selling the value I had to offer. And this value it was not just the one it wasn't just me talking, it wasn't just me saying, okay, you will learn this and you learn this. There has been a track record, right? There has been a track record of me offering this value, of people getting crazy results. All I had to do was just to amplify those track record and make them see it, so that it can increase the perceived value of what I had to offer. And then those that actually need it would pay for it, which actually happened. They paid for it, I made money, and then I made the money. When you have something of value to offer, package it in a way that is sellable. I've always been saying this, and I've been saying this since as long as possible. See, one way to make money is to have something of value to offer. Something of value. See, this is the first step in making money. Have something of value to offer. Check out all of the people that make money. Name the richest men, the richest women, all of that. Just name it. Check them. You realize that they became rich because they had something of value to offer, right? And so they offered it to a large number of persons, right? They created structure around that, they created systems around that, they created business around that, and so it was easy to push them, and eventually they invested in all of that. What I'm saying is that fundamentally their journey began because they were giving out value. They had value to offer, right? They were offering value to people, and people were willingly paying, right, so that they could have access to the value that they had to offer. So work on actually building your value, especially if you are broke. Oh, Ini, I want to make money. Oh, Ini, I don't have money. One thing you need to first of all understand is that people would only give you their money when they are sure that they will get something in return in form of value, when they are sure that you will add value to their life in one way or the other, when they are sure that you would actually help them, when they are sure that there is something that they will get in return from you that would be able to consolidate the money that is leaving them to you. People will release their money gladly when they are sure that there is something of value that they are going to get from you. And that is one thing you need to understand fundamentally. This was the only reason, or this was like the main reason why it was possible for me to make over ₦1 million at 19. Simply because, you see, this thing is not even dependent on age. I was 19, but I understood the fact that people will give me their money if I can give them value. It is an exchange. It is like trade by barter. I have something of value that people need, right? And then it was necessity to them, and so they gladly pay me so that I can offer them the value, and eventually they got the value, I got the money, I made over ₦1 million, and they got the value, massive value in return. So understand fundamentally that this was possible, right? This was not, this is not even age dependent. It's not about the age, it's not about how old I was or how old I am. In fact, I have been doing this since when I was 17, since when I was 16, since when I started making money. In fact, I started making money only when I began to have something of value to offer, right? The first money I made from design was because I was able to offer design to people, and then they were willing to pay me. It was value for money. It was a value exchange, right? Money is also value, right? And so we exchange value, and so I have the money, and then I gave out the design. Understand that you would only be able to make money when you have something of value to offer, especially when I say make money, I mean earn money, not someone dashing you, right? I'm saying you making your own money. That would only be possible when you have something of value to offer. And when I say something of value, it could be a skill, it could be a product, something that can actually improve the quality of life of another person, quality of life of another business, quality of life of anybody, right? That is value. When you can offer people something that can move them from where they are to where they want to be or where they should be, right? So in my own case now, it was my product, it was my class, and so these people want to be somewhere, they want to empower themselves with design skill, and so I offer them the value that move them from being a newbie to being an intermediate designer, to being a designer that actually can create amazing designs and can actually monetize their design skill, right? I move them from where they are closer to where they should be or closer to where they want to be, right? And then they gave me money in exchange for that value, right? For businesses, especially when you are offering skills, maybe when you're offering a skill, what you are doing is that you are giving out value using services, offering your services. That is also a form of value. And for example, now as a designer, when I create designs for brand, when I create designs for businesses, when I create designs for my client, what my design is doing to them or doing for them is that it is helping them achieve some of their goals. That is value, right? Because they can't do that for themselves, and that is why they are giving me that particular project to work on, and they are willing to part away with some dollars, part away with some nairas, so that I could just give them what they want. They were only able to be, or they would only pay for that when they would only pay for that because that would add value to their business, that would add value to them, right? And that is why it was easy for them to pay. The same reason it was easy for some of my students to actually pay for the class, which made me the money. Let me know if you actually got value from this in the comment section. I would love to read from you. And also don't forget to smash the like button and also smash the subscribe button, and I would see you in the next one.